Great day, great day, great day. It's me. It's me. So, it's me. I'm here. I had to start over. Give me adjust this camera just a little bit. I feel a little crooked. Um, yeah. So, happy Thursday, guys. We're here. I think that's my new thing. Happy Thursday, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna switch up a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, here we are. Um, so I had an original recording, right? And I had some technical difficulties because we had some really, really bad weather today. And it's so funny because I say delays aren't denial. Or as me and a couple of my friends say, sometimes, delays are God's protection. And in this case, the delay was a redirection. And it was a necessary redirection, right? So, gonna go right into it. So I was having a conversation, and in that conversation, the topic was suggested, and it was put the paintbrush down. And in the dialogue I was having back and forth, we were talking about how people paint this picture of themselves and it's not who they are, how they paint this beautiful like Van Gogh. And in reality, it's like, that's not even necessary. Like, all right, I went to this art show. No, before I go into that, what I've learned is, and I've learned this especially during this fast, and this fast has been the most intense fast I've ever experienced. And it's been the most intense simply because a lot has been exposed and revealed to me. And for the first time in my life, I'm like, God, you could have kept some of this to yourself. Like, you could have waited until I crossed over and, we could have had this conversation in clouds. Just whew. So, it's been intense these last 9 days. And I think the thing that hurt the most in this fast and the exposure and in the revealing was that I've learned that a lot of people I thought were heroes were monsters, and the monsters were actually the heroes. And it was like, I thought that I was being pushed to safety, but I was being pulled into danger, and I was running away from people that were really trying to save me. And all that revolves around painting or false painting. And I went to an art show last weekend, and it was so beautiful. And it's like every time you've seen a picture, right? And or whatever was being created, and there was a description next to it that told a story. And what was so beautiful was, it's like when you looked at it, you're like, wow, like, what is this? This is confusing. But then, like, you looked at the detail and you found the beauty in the expression of what was being painted. And although it's put the paintbrush down, it's paint the real picture. Art isn't supposed to be aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. Real art is supposed to sit there and hit you in your soul. Like, art is something that you feel, you don't see. I learned that last weekend. It was this picture, 3 huge pictures. And it was so, like, if a person didn't read it, they would think they were ugly. They're just like, this is dark. But it was a dark portrait. The artist described slavery and the Civil War and pain. And what made the art of it so beautiful was its honesty, its transparency, the detail. And it was like all over the place. And it's like, when I walked into this art show, I literally sat there and I said, I want to see this with a different eye. And I looked at the art, then I read about it, and I was like, wow, like I'm starting to get it. And I think this is for a lot of us. And I've stopped doing this. I've stopped trying to paint myself as this perfect person, not perfect, but this person that has it all together, that's made mistakes but has it all together now. No, I'm not. I'm a person who still makes mistakes. I'm a person that's still growing. Like, I'm a person that stays in consistent transition. And I have an attitude problem. My moods swing, and baby, when them things swing, like my moods swing harder than Mike Tyson, and it could be hell to pay for those who are on the receiving end of it, you know. And what I can appreciate about my circle, I can appreciate about my circle, is that I'm embraced for my transparency. Like, this is the most honest I've ever been with myself or my friends in my life. Just being able to tell them like where I'm at mentally and emotionally, tell them where I'm at and what I feel about myself and my physicalities or everything. Like, I am so transparent, and I got to a point to where I was tired of hiding behind a false narrative. I thank God for not starting this YouTube 3-4 years ago. I thank God that I didn't push it how I wanted to push, how I feel I should have pushed it years ago. I shouldn't have, because I understand I wouldn't be able to give a raw transparency like I do right now. Like, I talk about things that could, if to know me is to know what I'm referencing, but if you really know me, you know a lot of stuff that I talk about attributes to me. I'll throw myself under the bus before I'll throw anybody else under the bus, you know? And, like, painting a false picture of yourself, it's going to come back and bite you later. It is. Like, the most heartbreaking thing I've experienced was having conversations and really understanding that I was going against people that genuinely loved me and cared about me and wanted the best for me. I was turned against people, and it caused me to make choices that I can't take back. Luckily, me and certain people were able to we're working through them, but things were said and done that I can't take back. I can't make excuses for. But it's just so crazy because I think back to where it's like, I'm grateful to God for what he's doing in my life now. And I'm painting a true narrative. I'm showing who I really am. I'm not hiding no more. But in my truth and my honesty, it's freedom. But it's kind of like when you've been shackled for so long, it's kind of like when the slaves got free. I'm pretty sure it was a lot of transitions, like grasping freedom, embracing no more trauma, and having to work through that trauma. It's like freedom hurts. Freeing yourself, it hurts, because when you've been shackled down for so long and you're freeing yourself, it's like there's still bruises and marks that are there that even if you don't physically see it, you can still feel it emotionally, you know? And I'm so grateful that I put the paintbrush down. I used to always, I'm genuine, I'm loving, I'm caring, and I was genuine in my love for people, but I was never authentic in showing them who I really was. I was never authentic and truly letting them in fear of losing them. And that's with a lot of people in my life. That's with men that I've dated, that's with family members, that's with friends, that's even with girls that I dated. Yes, I did date some women back in the day. Mind your business, but be in my business, because I'm real about my stuff. But the whole point is that I never really showed people who I really was. I was scared. I was so scared. And I'm grateful for genuine people in my life now that I can say genuinely love me and care about me. And they really have showed me, like, Russell, like, you're a dope person. And I say that to say, when you put the paintbrush down and you really see the beauty of the real, because what makes art beautiful is its transparency and its honesty.